Hey guys, and welcome back to Baseline Full Court Press, the podcast where women's basketball gets the spotlight, the smoke, and the respect. I'm your host, Patience, and today we'll be continuing our series, Overseas and Overlooked. This is going to be episode 2, where I'm going to be diving into what leagues actually matter and why they even matter in the first place. Because a lot of people hear I play overseas and they think it's all the same, when in reality, it's not even the same in the slightest. And when I say a league matters, I'm not saying that the other leagues are trash or that they're simply incompetent. I'm strictly speaking on, will this help the player's money, career, and next opportunity? Because some leagues get you paid, some leagues get you seen, some do both, and some are there to just keep you playing. And those are some huge differences. So now you're probably wondering, what are those differences, patients? Get to it. Okay, I will. So I'm going to break it down to you in tiers, where we'll have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So tier 1 is more like, okay, this league can hold its weight. That includes Euro teams, top Turkey teams, top Spain teams, top France teams, and including top Russian teams when they were active. If they play ball in any of these countries, people are watching, scouts are watching, and also WNBA teams are watching, because it's just that big, because it's on the top tier with the best of the best competition. And that's when their career conversations start to happen. So, for instance, if Asia Wilson was to play overseas and play in the EuroLeague team and do phenomenal against the other players, the WNBA and scouts and everyone everywhere would be looking at her like, oh my gosh, she can hoop in the States, she can hoop overseas. What can she not do? Because the EuroLeague and overseas leagues in general are known for being very physical, very demanding, very time taxing. Rather than if Asia Wilson was to go overseas and, let's say, play with Australia, they're not a bad team. It's just a developmental team, which means they have a lot of characters. They have a lot of people developing on those teams. It's not the best of the best competition. You don't play with the best of the best. So let's say she was dominating down there. It's more like they don't have a lot of eyes in Australia. They don't have a lot of media in Australia. They don't have the platform to broadcast Asia Wilson in the way that they need to. And they also don't have the competition to do that. So essentially, she wouldn't be getting looked at if she played in Australia. No exposure equals no weight held. And then we're going to go to tier 2, where there's good leagues, solid money, but it does depend on your situation. They can be playing in a good country, but be on a team with no exposure, which means no media. A team that nobody pays attention to, essentially, i.e., no one pays attention to that player, frankly, no matter who you are. So if they're on tier 2, they have to dominate wherever they're at to get to tier 1 with the Euro leagues. And last but not least, we're going to go to tier 3, which is sort of like developmental, survival, and just essentially building. Now you may be thinking, why would someone be on a tier 3 team, developmental team? A lot of players start here. And this is nothing to be ashamed about. Everybody needs development, in my opinion. You can never be too developed. You can never learn too much. So this would essentially be the start of the development. And as you go up the tiers, you get more competition. You're able to develop more. You get more IQ. You get more knowledge. And now that I've broken down those kinds of tiers for you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into EuroLeague versus domestic, otherwise known as platform versus location. A domestic league refers to a regular league inside of one country, such as the Spain national team, Turkey national team, or France national team. Each team in that country plays in that league. Remember, domestic leagues are country-based, while the EuroLeague is not country-based. It is an invitation-only, top-level competition made up of the best teams from all different countries. Think of it as like a overseas Olympics, if you will. All of those teams play each other across Europe. Those games are streamed, televised, scouted, anything you can think of, all of that exposure, the EuroLeague has it. The EuroLeague is the champion league of overseas basketball. And the EuroLeague is the main separation between overseas teams. Because a player can be in a strong country and not be in the EuroLeague, and the exposure is just simply different. And that is why two players can play in the same country and have two drastically different careers. One is on TV, one is not. One is exposed, one is not. And most of all, one is getting scouted and the other one isn't. The majority of the time, players do not get to pick where they go. They go where there is an opportunity. And where you go depends heavily on where you've already played. The overseas league choices aren't just about money, they're also about leverage. So when I say which overseas leagues matter, I'm simply talking about their trajectory. Not just the player's current season, but the player's career path as well. And that's going to be a wrap for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Baseline Full Court Press with me, your host, Patience. I cannot thank you guys enough for tuning in to me every week, every other week. I know I had some issues this week, last week. So bear with me, guys, but I do appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share everything that you can think of under the sun. We do have an Instagram, Baseline FCP, as well as a TikTok, Baseline FCP. So go ahead and check us out over there. And don't forget to tune in to next week's episode where we break through what happens to players after they go overseas. And it's not all glitz and glamour.